Hello. I don't know how long this stream is, but once I'm done with the quest line for sorry. One moment. One moment, something's off. Alright, that should do it. I'm gonna finish patch 3.56 and do the first part of like getting into Stormblood, and then I'm gonna stop for today. I'm gonna play a different game. Alright, let's start. And here we go. Oh, wrong. Ah, scheiße. Scheiße! This is not the thing I wanted to be wearing. Oh well.
Dear friends, pray accept my heartfelt thanks for your efforts in defense of Gridania's borders. I would fain dwell longer on my gratitude for the support of the Alliance, but the situation at Belsar's Wall demands that we forego such pleasantries.
Belsar's Wall. Oh, I accidentally made it into non-listening. Or not automatically going.
According to our most recent intelligence, the cocoon of light that formed in the air above the wall remains undimmed and unbroken. After measuring the cocoon's etheric concentrations, Archon Y'shtola has confirmed the presence of a primal entity.
Dun dun dun!
So we must assume that Ilbert's thrice-damned god is indeed trapped within. And what news of the Imperials? They're not like to ignore such a spectacle.
Sir, a Garlean airship was observed making an approach, but the vessel was destroyed when it drew near. The Empire appears to have made no subsequent attempts to reach the object.
The soldiers who witnessed the incident spoke of a lance of light issuing from within the cocoon, of an entire warship being reduced to smoking ruin in the space of a moment. Veterans of Cartano, meanwhile, likened the destruction to that wrought by the fiery wrath of Bahamut.
Bahamut.
We could face another calamity.
So the Primal is awake then? Contained, yes, but for how long? We must destroy it now, lest it break free.
Agreed. There is, however, the small matter of how to get close enough to a being that swats warships from the sky as you would a bothersome gnat.
Is this truly so complex a puzzle? Or have you no stomach for the obvious solution?
What in the hells are you doing here?
A pleasure to see you too, Garland. Now, if you'd be so kind as to explain to these good people why you should be begging me for my assistance, that would be most appreciated.
Who is this man?
Oh, how terrifically rude of me. Nero Tolskeva, former tribunus of the 14th Legion of the Garlean Empire. These days, however, one might say that I'm something of a free agent.
What do you want, Nero?
I was getting to that. Although you already know what I'm about to propose, old friend. As you have rather belatedly realized, within that frail binding lurks an entity alike in strength to the great Bahamut, and the only force in existence which might conceivably contend with such a foe is the very creation which captured the Elder Primal in the first place. I speak, of course, of Omega.
Omega.
Omega? That hulk has been gathering dust beneath the plains of Cartanau since the Allagans breathed their last. And none alive knows how to wake it.
I'm sorry? Do you understand who it is with whom you have the privilege of speaking? I'm Nero Tolskeva, Master Engineer, the mechanical genius who restored the Ultima weapon to full operational capacity. And as luck would have it, I am graciously offering you the use of my considerable expertise.
And what, you just expect us to accept? You're a fool if you think your deeds at the Crystal Tower are enough to win my trust, Nero.
Trust? You wound me, Garland. All those years, studying side by side at the Academy, sharing both trial and triumph, we were countrymen once, you and I. But sentiment aside,
Countrymen once,
have
you
you a
and
better
I.
solution? Or do you mean to send in your vaunted hero there, as you always do, and pray the world is not engulfed in flame? Let us approach the problem in a rational manner. Does not the fact that Omega slumbers in stasis point to the existence of some overriding technology? A means of control?
Writing technology?
I would ask a question, if I may. Nero, was it not? In the event that we succeeded in using Omega to shackle the Primal in the manner you propose, what then would become of it? Do we not risk repeating the mistakes of the Allagans?
Omega is but a tool. How we choose to employ that tool is entirely up to us. Of course, if you would rather leave it buried beneath Cartanau while you continue your petty squabbles above, then I suppose that is also your choice.
Spare us, Nero. The Seedseer's concern is a valid one. He who controls Omega wields the power of the gods, the very power which led the Allagans to destroy themselves.
And does it not fall to we engineers to prevent such misuse? What was your company's proud slogan? Freedom through technology?
A creed you follow, is it? What say you? Do we take this villain at his word?
No, but I can keep an eye on him.
As will I. I don't like it, but then it doesn't look like we have much choice. Would the Council be willing to entrust this matter to a pair of former Imperials?
Yes. The task of restoring the Allagan relic will be yours. But the responsibility for its reawakening must remain with the Council. Do we condone this course of action?
Aye. 'Twould seem we do. Let the record show that we invest this contingent with the authority to enter Carteneau and take command of Omega. Sid, I appoint you leader of the expedition.
Oh, Omega.
Sires, I would ask that you assign some few of your number to escort Master Garland and supervise the other one.
The other one.
We should be happy to oblige. The politics of Carteneau being what they are, I dare say our neutrality will prove useful in avoiding any unnecessary entanglements.
If I am not mistaken, Doma occupies a similarly neutral position. Might we not persuade you to join the expedition, Lady Yugiri? If you suspected any foul play from Nero, you would be welcome to kill him.
My blade is yours.
Not a moment's hesitation, eh? You'll forgive me if I do not shake your hand.
Let us go. All above. Well, that was a rather unexpected development, and one which raised a number of questions. Questions, not least amongst them, how Nero chanced to learn of the council meeting in the first place. Is the movie music off? Sark. Sark. Hearken to me. Sid and the others are assembling at the airship's landing. Alicia's are already on her way, and it would not be to lag too far behind. Let us be off. Easier to just... Airship. 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 Where is everyone? Where is everyone? Gudrak. Alvano. Gudrak. Alvano. Ready to go? The others have stepped out onto the landing for a moment. Lest you wonder, Nero insists that he be allowed to inspect the Excelsior before boarding. And you let him? Despite his very timely offer for assistance, the thought of the man poking around in the workings of a ship without proper supervision does not fill me with confidence. Calm yourself, Alphino. Your sister was adamant that he would never leave her sight. She and Yugiri are, well, here they are now. Right. I think that's everyone. I think that's everyone. Shall I set course for Cartano? Might I ask that we delay our departure slightly? I require no more than a few hours at most. Our colleagues are studying the cocoon even as we speak, and I would hear their latest observations ere we proceed. It would seem wise to gain as a clear and understanding of the situation as possible for formulating our plan. Oh, I thought time was against us. How foolish of me. Hold your tongue. When we want your opinion, we'll ask for it. Forgive me, my lady. I shall keep my counsel until such time as you have finished procrastinating. All right. While Alphino speaks with his colleagues, I shall fly the Excelsior over to Mordono, and we can reconvene at the Rising Stones. Mine apologies for the trouble. I shall visit Y'shtola and the others forthwith, and join you as soon as I am able. Gurjak, pray accompany Alice back to the Rising Stones. I shall feel safer knowing you are present to entertain our guest. Right. Everyone's heading to Mordona. It is welcome to travel aboard the Excelsior. I'll clear things with the girl at the counter here. Let her know when you're ready to leave. What manner of ship has no private chambers? Then again, I suppose Garland had to find somewhere to stow his half-baked inventions. I do not care for the man. Strange though that it may seem, Nero's formula loyalties does not trouble me, but I can see why people are loath to lower their guard around him. Hey, the Excelsior! Not quite a door-to-door service, but I couldn't exactly land her in the toll's main square. Shall we adjourn to the Rising Stones then? Fly, you fools! Forward and back and a forward and back and a forward and back and a 1 foot forward. Forward. Oh dear. Oh dear. Wow, these are tiny chocobos. People are loading in. And talk to everyone. We must be careful, old friend. The walking weapons of Alleg are expressly designed to subdue primals, but men like Gaius will always seek to use them against mankind. It falls to us to ensure that Omega is never employed as a weapon of war. In the wrong hands, it would be bad. One was created to capture Bahamut, and the other to suppress him. Which will prove the stronger, I wonder. Fear not. I shall keep a close eye on our new ally. I know Nero's a guest here, but we don't exactly have the happiest history with the Empire, do we? So my question to you is, do I offer him tea? As the determination on their face, there is nothing more blinding than youths burning with purpose. Horibolda and his comrades left to continue the reconnaissance on the beast tribes. They were adamant about shouldering the burden they could, while the senior scions were occupied with this cocoon emergency. Let me see if Unakahai is doing anything. Yeah, I'm heading out time because I know this might not be as long. I want to make it at least 40 minutes. Unakahai! A pleasure as always, Gudrak. What would you ask of me? I already revealed to you my secret of my origin, and in the spirit of the friendship you have offered, I have endeavored to remain open and truthful. From this point forward, you may have trust. We must have trust between us. Pray permit me to remove my mask when we speak thus in private. Dear, I didn't know there's actual. As I once explained, I was not born of this world. My home fell to oblivion long ago, and is now known as the Void. The champions who fought upon the ruined star was corrupted by the captured essence of the primals, twisted into an incarnation of darkness. Those of the light who stood to oppose them were but suckling babes in comparison. I am told that there were more like me, young and touched by the echo, but the darkness consumed all we learned of each other's existence. Even the servants of the power which annihilated my world could find aught to salvage it in the emptiness which remained. Such a tale you have heard from me before, but I feel the story bears repeating. Think of it as a mantra, a warning that you must avoid the same terrible fate. You might. 'Twas fortunate, however, that this world is bountiful, where my own was found wanting. You have become the hero that I never was, strengthened and steadied by your comrades in the scions of the seventh dawn. And now, more than ever, I am certain that my journey to your star was inevitable. That we are all drawn in and drawn onward by the brilliance of your unwavering light. Did I just repeat something? The Four Lords! The weapons, the Four Lords, and the roaring triad! Alright. Let's talk about the Boil Master. The Boil Master.
So these are the fabled headquarters of the Scions. I confess I would have expected an order of self-proclaimed warrior scholars to surround themselves with the fruits of man's enlightenment. And yet there's not so much as a single piece of magitech in sight.
Oh. Like, why aren't you talking more?
It never ceases to amaze me how primitive you Eorzeans truly are.
Oh, I'll have you know that the Rising Stones is home to the very latest in Magitech innovation. Wedge calls it the Mark XIV Thermocoil Boil Master, and it's the finest kettle I've ever had the pleasure to own.
Hey,
We
Lise.
are returned.
I mean,
Well,
Ida.
Ida and I, at least. Ishtola and the others remain behind to continue their assessment of the binding magic.
There didn't
I
seem
meant
much
to
point
say
staying
Ida.
just for that, so I decided to come back with Alphino. Papalimo bought us this time. We shouldn't waste it.
By your leave!
Shadow Walker. By your leave.
Good God, that voice could fell a gigas.
Giga Chad.
This is the Rising Stones, domicile of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I enter at the invitation of one Lord Urianger.
Lord Urianger.
I spy you there, Shadow,
Shadow
Walker.
Walker.
You always were a hard one to find.
Yugiri, do you know this man?
Oh,
Gosetsu, why are you come to Eorzea?
In search of you, Yugiri. For days and nights did I row across the angry sea. I made port in good spirits, only for my own flesh to betray me over the trifling matter of an empty belly. Collapsed in the street like an unfed stray I was, until Lord Urianger came to my aid. Over a most welcome meal, we spoke of the plight of Doma, and I learned of our displaced countrymen's work to resettle this blighted land. 'Twas blind fortune that I was able to locate you so swiftly. But now we must make ready to depart. Our master languishes in dire peril, and Doma calls her daughter home.
It is not so simple, Gosetsu. There are obligations which bind me here.
You refuse? Did you mislay your oath during your flight from our homeland? The laws of hospitality must be honored, but surely the vow to defend your master demands the greater obeisance.
It was our master who bid me guide our people to safe haven by any means necessary. And it was the scions you see before you who provided us succor and sanctuary when all others refused. Dire peril or no, were I to return without first repaying such hospitality, our master would cut me down at the threshold.
Mayhap that is so.
There is more. A crisis threatens all within this realm, Eorzean and Doman alike, and I go to play my part in its resolution. I will not bring shame upon our liege by abandoning my people or my duty.
How very noble of you. Now, in the name of honor, kinship, and, yes, practicality, might I suggest we get this expedition underway? Or would you rather debate the finer points of duty and leave Omega to the Empire?
The Empire? Yugiri, you draw steel against the curse of Garlemald? Then why did you not say so? My blade is oath-bound to fall upon the ranks of the Imperials wheresoever they march. Lead on, Shadow Walker, and may the enemy tremble at our coming.
tremble at our coming. most human-looking Rogan ever. Like, damn. Kudrak! Wait, could I speak to you for a moment? What, are you gonna get more people to jump me? Do you remember when I had you meet me at the Diamond Forge and we, ambushed you? Of course. Well, once we had your measurements, I set out to work making you a traveling outfit. In my spare time, I've only just this moment finished the stitching, but I want you to have it before you left. Here. You can try it on right now if you like. It's the school uniform. The school uniform. This is not a traveling outfit, this is a school uniform. Seriously. I mean, it's awesome. Assuming we measured correctly, the fit should be just right. Snug, but not too snug. If you know what I mean. So, how does it feel? You're not just saying that, are you? Oh, I can't tell you how much this means to me. To have crafted something worthy of the Warrior of Light well, let's just say it makes all the practice worthwhile. I also sewed in a blood pearl charm too. You know, bring you home. May it always protect you. Banana. Oh wait, this is still. Heavensward. No. I'm gonna talk to everyone. Every single one. I'm not stalling. This is what I usually do. Yeah, they're still the same. Just the two unexpected guests then. Still, I suspect that each will prove useful in his own way. How dare he mock the science like that? If I ever had to sew a set of traveling clothes for him, I'd forget to take out the pins. My blade shall carve a path through the Empire's ranks as a scythe falls stalks of weed. Yugiri. Never did I have ever to hear Gosetsu's voice echo through these halls. Truly, I have no idea Domans could be so loud. He and Yugiri could hardly be more different. Oh, I think he's going to fit right in. The Mark II Thermocoil Boil Master. Dear me, how risible must the previous 13 iterations have been. I could design a more effective water heater in the time it took to inconceived lump. It took that inconceived lump to become lukewarm. So, we have to wake Omega, right? When do we start? Either you. Are you sure that? I'm sure, yes. I won't lie and say I'm completely fine, but I'll feel as a lot better if I'm done I'm doing something useful. Very well. Very well. I will remain here and continue coordinating our efforts with the Alliance. Alphano, mayhap you will return to Gardinia and assist Y'shtola and Kryl? A fine suggestion. Rest of us will form the Cartano Expedition Party. Nero and I will focus on routing Omega, while Gudrak, Ida, and our Doman friends take care of security. The Excelsior is by the lake, just outside town. We'll leave as soon as everybody is ready. Soon. I don't wanna be a Dontotori. I don't wanna be a... Fly. King Thordan. Soon, Omega shall soon, Omega soon. I will see you rise again. Kusetsu is an accomplished swordsman. Should it come to battle, he will prove a stalwart ally. Would that I could say the same for Nero. Will this contraption truly bear us through the skies? I was a bit lost for a while back there, but I'll be fine. Trust me. Finally, I mean Ida. We don't have far to go. With any luck, we'll be in Cartano before Gosetsu graces the deck with his dinner. Once there, however, we had best be on our guard. Given that Elaine Aurelia was still active when Omega was discovered, we can be sure that the Emperor has long been aware of his existence. And if Nero deemed it the obvious solution to the threat posed by this new primal, it is not impossible that Garlemald might do the same. Have your weapons ready and your wits about you. Something tells me we're flying into a fight. Da, 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 na, na.
Now, where was that? Ah. I've enabled the teleporter. One brief jump and we shall arrive in Omega's control room.
How convenient. You've been here before.
Of course. It was no easy task threading a path through all the skirmishes. But how could I ignore the existence of such a fascinating toy? You may trust that my preliminary examination was suitably thorough.
Trust? Aye. I trust your appetite for technology. I chased down a suspect airship, and who should I find but the traitor, Sid Garland. Searching for something, engineer? Something big? It's close, isn't it? It's like all my name days have come at once.
I don't know how to say his name.
Of all the scouts the Empire could have sent. Take care of that brute, will you?
God damn it. Can't let Nero tinker around in there by himself. I'm sorry to leave you to it, but I dare say you'll manage without me. This clod has no idea who he's dealing with.
Thank you. At least some people have confidence in me.
I am Gosetsu, Samurai of Doma. You will rue your choice of opponent this day.
The choice of opponents this day. Ooh, we have all 3 of the melee DPS classes. 4, I mean. We're missing the Reaper, but they weren't out at this time. Why can't I get that hammer? I want that gun hammer. That gun hammer, though. Alright, you idiot. Punch.
No holding back.
No retreat. No surrender.
No retreat. Oh, he still has the old animation.
Look upon a samurai of Doma.
You watching, Pabalimo? An opening.
With soul and steel.
This won't sting.
Your defense is nothing.
That's a lot of troops.
'Tis my right to strike.
It's all over now.
Leave this to me.
I have you.
Bye. Oh, the troops are endless. Oh, here we go. We get the Red Baron. The most unpopular mount in the game. I think. Most unpopular pay-to-win mount. Surrender! We have you outnumbered! That's not his voice, but I feel like that it would be. If they had American dubs. Wouldn't be the first time. Right, Lise. I mean Ida. Are you still playing with those soldiers? I suppose I can lend you one of my toys, but only if you promise to give it back. Da 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 da. Red Baron. Behold, the Red Baron. Now end this nonsense. What the? No one told me they'd... What the? No one told me they'd they'd have Magitagama. Forward! For the Empire! For the Emperor! Hey, the homeless curse think to abandon his men, I shall see that he shares their fate. Pray, attend to the rest of his minions.
Behold, the Red Baron.
It's all over now. An opening.
Neat.
Look upon a samurai of summer!
Boom.
No holding back.
No retreat. No surrender.
With soul and steel!
Laser.
You watching, Papalimo?
Leave this to me.
'Tis my right to strike!
Laser.
This one'll sting.
Your defense is lacking.
I have you!
It's all over now.
An opening.
What the?
I order you stand your ground. You bring this fate upon yourself.
Look upon a samurai of Dama!
No holding back.
Hey, I thought it was your name, Jay.
No surrender.
So does it mean that you get beat up on your birthdays?
With soul and steel!
You watching, Papalimo?
That's like the 10th time you said that, Luis. A few times is fine, but you keep saying it.
Leave this to me.
'Tis my right to strike!
You haven't seen the less of me. Mark my words.
Shadowbringers.
Shadowbringer? Oh, I can add the stream out a little more with the Shadowbringer, Stormblood title thing.
Temporal stasis disengaged. All systems operational. Garland?
All clear on this side. It's waking up.
Fly, my pretty. Fly, my pretty.
Remarkable. Omega sensors immediately detected the presence of the cocoon, even at this distance. They must
I
have
actually
been sent to
really
scan
love
for
this
sources
scene.
of energy exceeding certain magnitudes.
Pacific Rim. Kaiju versus mech.
To control the machine directly.
Jaeger.
It seems to have been designed to act wholly autonomously.
They would totally be the drift compatible. Nero and Sid.
Once we release Omega, we can be fairly certain it will attempt to capture the Primal at Belsar's Wall. Assuming its mission is successful, our only option at that point will be to re-engage its stasis system and put it back to sleep.
And should the machine happen to misbehave, we'll simply initiate an emergency shutdown. I confess we don't yet have a complete grasp of its capabilities, but I'm certain the details will not elude us for long.
Well, I understood less than half of that. So, my question to you is, are we doing the right thing?
At least you're supposed to be an Archon with a PhD in aetherical research. Well, some sort of research area. I mean, Yida. That time it was not on purpose. Is there any other way?
I suppose not.
Now push the button. Yida.
All right. Step aside, Sid. Is this the thing I need to press?
Yes, that's the one.
Push the big red button.
You gave
Dee-dee.
too much for us to waste this chance, Papalimo. So this is for you. And me.
I wonder if I would be drift compatible with Yida.
Yes! Fly free, my pretty! Show us what you can do.
Yeah, that's not creepy at all, Nero. Or disconcerting at all, Nero.
The launch sequence has begun. Omega is loose.
Omega.
I have slept for 10,000 years. Who awakens my slumber? Mech versus Kaiju. Kaiju versus Jaeger.
Honestly, I'll shut up. Oh, you just got imped. EMP'd. Oh, the stream is going well. Laser!
It is a day of fated reunions. Nobody saw that. All they get is they don't get visual data, just telemetry. I think telemetry is not visual data.
Huh? Omega has stopped transmitting. But that shouldn't be. I didn't engage the stasis system.
And what does this signify? I have little understanding of these contrivances.
The launch went exactly to plan, but all signals emanating from Omega have ceased. This may indicate any number of things, but we will need to join the Scions out in the field if we are to ascertain which one.
Right. I've ordered a malfunctioning beast to go to sleep. That should prevent any unfortunate mishaps. I suggest we make our way back to Gridania.
It's okay, Lise. I mean, Yida.
Omega destroyed the cocoon. Papalimo's spell is fading. It was bound to his ether, you see. And if the connection is broken...
It's okay, Yida. I mean, Lise. Lise. That I know you're Lise. I mean, Yida. Don't worry about it. Poor connection apparently. Right, Sid.
I'm not sure why we lost contact with Omega, but I mean to find out. Let's be on our way. Omega. Omega lol. Hey. Alphanod? Alphano? I came as soon as I heard the Excelsior had been spotted on its approach.
Lady from Raktika?
One moment, everything was functioning perfectly, and the next it wasn't. It makes no sense. We need to see what happened for ourselves, and soon. Alphino looks like he has news for us. I almost dread to ask. Word can ill express how glad I am to see you all unharmed. When Omega came hurtling towards the cocoon, everything dissolved into chaos. Chaos! Kill chaos! I have to see it. I have to see it with my own eyes. We killed chaos. Ida, wait. You must first. The other Seedseer is expecting us. Worry not, Alphino. Usetsu and I will watch over her. You may safely attend your meeting. Thank you, Gary. It is. The council reconvened a short while ago. Let us make haste for the Lotus Stand. All there are eager to hear your testimony. No, I didn't really see anything. Just lasers and stuff. Funny man. Let me just do one thing real quickly. Refreshing. Okay, there we go. What bizarre when the fucking I do to the believe that planet Earth runs slowly. I get nothing but a phone in the hand. Owl. Firefly by Owl City. I'd like to make myself believe that planet Earth turns slowly. Hello everyone, Morwib. Another calamity averted, eh? How many times now have you and yours hauled us back from the brink? Would have seen Garland's little friend was so good as his word. Had I not instructed you to throw Nidhogg's cursed eye into the abyss, all of this might not have been avoided. I thought them beyond reach. My friends, full eagerly have we awaited your return. Well, few indeed could have discharged the duty entrusted to you, and most humbly do we thank you for seeing it done. You are too kind, Elder Tsitia. As I recall, we are as good as demanded the right to try. But tell me, how did the battle unfold? We succeeded in awaken Omega I, but we lost contact with the weapon shortly after it launched. From our position in the control room, we were blind to all that followed. 'Twas what word could do justice to such a scene. None of my choosing that could make that much is certain. But I can give you the facts. The cocoon hatched, even as Omega arrived, and from its midst rose a great dragon. The pair duly set about each other in the sky over Gia Abanya. The primal might defy belief. It seemed that very heavens would be rent asunder by the force of its blows, and it wields such magics as I have never seen, and hope ever to see again. The battle raged on, and no one did sight until both combatants were engulfed in a blinding flash of light. When the radiance faded, I saw the pair fall motionless from the sky. Coming to rest somewhere in Alamigan soil. I will not speak of the rest, but to my eyes it seemed that each had landed a fatal blow upon the other. Whilst most among us could think only of Bahamut, when looking upon the primal's form, the Domans were heard to whisper the name Shinryu. It would appear that the being resembles a creature of Far Eastern legend, and we have found it convenient to refer to it as such. This Shinryu's fate, and indeed that of Omega, is yet unknown. We have alas no eyes on the Kirabanian side of the border. Aye. Which is why we have set our main force under the command of Marshal Terrapin to capture the wall. With the Imperials in disarray, we have a perfect opportunity to secure Gridania's border and assess the aftermath of the impact. I myself will join the Marshal and his men while the council is adjourned. Well, that explains a few things. I'll wager the flash of light coincided with our loss of contact. Lest you wonder, we quickly re-engaged Omega's stasis system. Even if it has fallen into the Empire's laps, it will be of no use to them, save perhaps as a statue. Correct. Without me to guide their efforts, it would take them decades to decipher Omega's core function, if they manage it at all. Some assurances do much to calm. Such reassurances do much to calm our fears. Yet, the relic's fate is but one of several concerns. Indeed, I humbly submit that the time has come for us to make contact with the resistance representatives in Kirabania. Though Ilbert had forced our hand, it would seem only logical to seek an alliance, given the inevitability of Imperial retaliation. And by working in concert, it is not impossible that Alamigo might finally be wrested from Garlemald's grasp.
Na 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 Na, 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 na. You must be exhausted. I will ordinarily suggest that we retire directly to the Rising Stones, but I wonder if we might first make a small detour. Stroll and the others have gathered at Maricinix's spine, and I imagine that you too will be interested to see what has become of the wall now the cocoon is gone. It is decided then. Lead on. Lead on. Oh, oh. I should say much like to see this Shinryu creature for myself. If as seems like we put Omega into stasis after. What did you call it? Ah, yes. What did they call it? Ah, yes. After Shinryu was defeated, we should have little to fear from each one of them. Either one of them. When the primal engaged, I was for an instant transported back to Cotton, to the moment the Black Worm made an eighth hell of the battlefield. Gladly would I live out the rest of my days without seeing such a sight again.
I go to oversee operations at Belsall's Wall. You have done your part. Leave us to handle the initial Imperial reprisals and rest while you may.
Pray accept my humblest and most eagerest thanks once again, Warrior of Light. Had Shinryu been suffered to roam free, the 12's woods would surely have been laid waste.
This operation to take the wall
be Ishgard's first military action under Alliance banners. Though I have no appetite for bloodshed, a part of me is glad for a chance to begin reparations of our past inaction. Alrighty. Let's go back to the party. Let's go back to the party. Let's go back to the party and have ourselves some things. Also, I'm gonna have to work on some good glamour. Good ass glam. Yes, I'm padding it out. Wait, no, I'm not padding it out. I'm extending it. Skipper. Sweet Bloom Pier, please. Well, tomorrow I'm going to probably do one of the job quests for the classes. Done. Done. Need a few more. Most likely I'm going to do... Let's do Scholar tomorrow. Although I want one of the ranged. Maybe Mechanist. Maybe. Either Scholar or Mechanist. It's a coin flip. Talk to the guys up here. Oh, Gita. Oh, you're silent.
With Castrum Orients to the south and Sylph lands to the north, we must remain vigilant for any sign of aggression. Every sentinel that patrols the south shroud knows well that we are surrounded by the enemy at all times. Ida? Boom. Krill? Oh, thank the 12. After witnessing Omega's single-minded onslaught, I had visions of you being trapped between it and its target. Normally hardly the most rational concern. I concede. But if you had seen what I saw, no trace of the cocoon remains. 'Twas as if it never existed. Hoist scene. I believe.
My friends, I cannot well express how glad I am to see you both unharmed. They say that Omega's clash with the Primal shook the very firmament.
You need not have worried. The battle took place far above the ground. We were able to observe in relative safety, though I'm given to understand that there were casualties on the far side of the wall.
It was like watching a nightmare unfold before our very eyes. Ilberd's primal manifested in the form of a colossal dragon, a being of pure violence. It burst forth from the cocoon with such terrible force.
That such a horror should spring from the eyes of Nidhogg comes as no surprise. Nor do I wonder at its form. Ilberd all but announced it in the moments prior to his death. Plainly, it was his dying wish to visit a second calamity upon the Empire.
And I am quite certain the abomination would have obliged had it not found itself outmatched by Omega. Gods! I am no stranger to the works of Allag, but even I was unprepared for the machine's furiosity. It beggared belief.
And how fares poor Ida in the midst of all this? Have you spoken with her?
She is up on the platform, lost in thought. We deemed it best not to disturb her, but mayhaps she would welcome some company after all. Shall we?
Sure, let's go talk to Beast. I mean, Ida. Ida. It's Ida.
The light's gone. It was all we had left of him.
Ida.
I don't blame anyone. I knew what was going to happen. I knew the spell Papalimo meant to cast would drain away his life force. I knew that it would only buy us a little time.
Young lady, put your face back on.
Ida, there is no need to explain.
But there is. I can't hide in Papalimo's little shadow anymore, and I shouldn't hide behind my sister's mask. 20 years ago, on the day the Empire marched into Alamigo, I was still just a child. Not even 5 summers old. My father had been one of the leaders of the revolution. He had fought to overthrow the Mad King, Theodoric. And my sister had fought alongside him. But she was strong and kind, and always knew what to do. But when the Garleans came, everything changed. My father went to war against them too, and I never saw him again. After that, I remember a lot of running, My sister dragged me for malms and malms until we came to the city of Charlian. That was where she met Master Louis Soir. He introduced her to the Circle of Knowing, and she eventually became an Archon.
She was your inspiration. Is that not why you took up her mask and her name? Or did you simply mean to continue what she had started?
You've known all along, haven't you? That I wasn't Ida.
Of course. We all recognized you at once. 'Twas Papalimo who persuaded us to maintain the charade.
It was silly to think I could fool you. I knew that even then, but I sort of decided not to know. Ida died 6 years ago, on a mission to smuggle refugees out of Alamigo. They say she was overwhelmed by Imperial soldiers when she stayed behind to save a little girl. She was so strong. There must have been a lot of them.
Now, there's, again, this is something that, could say, but you never knew who actual Ida was, so there's no point in saying, why did you never tell me? Just sit there and listen.
I'm sorry for lying to you. My real name is Lise. When Papalimo brought me Ida's mask, it was meant as a keepsake, but I decided I wanted to be his new partner, to keep alive all the good that she had done. I didn't want to become Ida, exactly. At the time, though, I still didn't know who I was myself, and it almost seemed easier to play the role. Papalimo agreed to help, of course, but it was never what he wanted for me. He wanted me to walk my own path, and those were his final words to me. The Archon's mark he gave me is faded, and my last excuse along with it. So this is it. Whatever I choose to do from now on, I do as Lise. And I choose to continue my family's fight. I want Alamigo to be the country that Ida and my father always wanted it to be.
War is upon us once more.
Do you regret standing against the Empire? Would you have chosen a different road, knowing what you know now?
To claim that I never doubted the decision would be a lie. But I made my choice, and I have defended it with blade in hand ever since.
The battle continues, and our steel is needed. Come, Shadow Walker, we leave for the east, for Doma.
It was brave of Lise to remove her mask after so long, though she has scarce begun to come to terms with Papalimo's loss. That one act made plain her determination to move forward. And should she ever falter, we shall be there to support her on the on this road she has resolved to walk. Let us return to the Rising Stones. We have quite a story to tell Tataru and my sister. Great patch.
Children of the land, do you hear echoes of truths that once rang clear? Two souls intertwined, one true love they did find, bringing land and heavens near. But flames that burn full bright soon fell dark. Memories dimmed by shadowed hearts. In the
Great.
waxing gloom,
Arthur L.
did wane the lover's moon, watching as their worlds drift apart. One soul's cry, a passion welling within. Sacrifice, a final plea to her kin. Yet this bond of hope by treachery was broke, scattering her words to the wind. Swelling over long seas of blood are a song.
Alright, I should do that. Alrighty. You should have seen the look on Tataru's face when I recounted Lisa's. I realized in retrospect that I should perhaps have waited for you to return. I also tell Alyssa apologies. Also to Hey, they're here. Lady Flomine, I sent her outside to enjoy a quiet cup of tea. Much has happened these past moons, and we all can use a rest every now and again. Though it might be simpler to surrender to despair, I have chosen to resume my studies in arcane. I received much wisdom from Propolimo, and I would put his advice into practice. A fine show, brother, but you have yet to outpace Aenor. Aenor. Should the Archons have called away? Should the Archons be called away to Girabanya? It will fall to us to deal with Scion's usual obligations, and thus we must remain in peak condition. I made a fool of myself on our last mission, but I'll show him what I'm made of. Come now, hurry. Is this the best you've got? My sister has much curious. My sister has the most curious ideas about courtship. Things have warmed up in Alamigo, but we can't afford to lose track of the trouble that made this be brewing in the rest of the realm. Don't you worry though, I'll be keeping an eye on the ground. A nose in the air and the one eye on the horizon. Did you know that Lise, I had no idea we only met after the calamity and her sister must already have been, well, you know. At last I was able to raise from my sickbed, but the pain when I rest to take up my axe. Ugh, what a sad old man I have become. Back in the east. Back in the far east, we treat back pains with a long soak in a hot spring. What say you to a short journey? Isn't barred? Isilduri. I am told that the waters at Camp Bronze Lake are famous for their healing properties. Oh, the old man got his friend back. He may have mentioned, but Alphinaud had praised me of all that came to pass in Gardenia. Your only task now is to rest. This is to calm before the storm. Storm of blood. Lise has chosen her path, and as her friend, we must do what we can to support that choice. We are fated to join the conflict in any case. Once the Alliance has taken the wall and opened the way to Garabanya, we will have little choice but to fight. Which is not to say that the cause is unworthy. After all, ignoring the plight of those whom one might conceivably save is not wisdom, but indolence. Correct? I, for one, look forward to joining hands with Alamingans and striking a blow against the tyranny of the Empire. So I rather suspect do you. Meanwhile, in Alamigo. Oh, it's meanwhile at the wall. The Belsar wall. Belsar's wall. Quickly. Quickly. Quick march. The Imperials will soon come to their senses, and we must be ready to face their retribution. It is almost time, Father. Aye. Almost. Stand firm, Pippin. I learned to brace myself against the charge of the Bull of Alamigo. No foe will dislodge me. Very well, Hilbert. I will take our homeland back. For the both of us. No, not for him. For you. He can die in the dirt for all I care. Meanwhile, at the Alamingan Imperial Palace. Emperor! My lord! My lord! My lord Viceroy, our scouts have confirmed the preliminary report. Spellstar's wall has fallen to the Erusian Alliance. The hunt for Omega and the unknown icon continues. Though both yet elude us, my lord, this battle causes considerable damage across the region. Should we perchance divert some of our forces from the search to undertake necessary reconstruction works? Forgive me, my lord, I did not intend. Your will be done. Unknown. My spies tell me the Domans call it Shinryu, and that it prove a match for Omega. Yes, the coming days promise to be most interesting. Most interesting. To the far east, the far edge of fate, the road begins anew and the heroes look eastward sky. A dawn of liberation, a gathering storm of blood. A gathering storm of blood. Right, let's see. If all proceeds to plan, we should soon be receiving word the Alliance forces have secured Belsar as well. Until then, however, we can but ensure we are ready to move the moment we hear the news. Everybody the same? Now the science will be spread thin in the coming days, as so Raul and I are discussing assignments. I might have to reorganize my filing system. Things are heating up. Things are heating up in Alamigo, but we cannot afford to lose track of the trouble that might be brewing in the rest of the realm. Oh, it's the same thing. Okay, they're still squatting. I'm just doing the intro and then I'm gonna watch the trailer.
The question is, how will the Empire respond to the disappearance of Omega and the Primal? Oh, I didn't see you there. Forgive me. Word from Baelsar's wall is proving long in the coming, and my mind cannot help but stray to grim places.
Alphino, a message from the Alliance.
It's about time. Pray summon the others at once.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's cute.
General Uldin reports that his forces have secured the breach in Baelsar's wall.
And what of the Primal and Omega?
There is still no sign of either at this time. He writes that they will begin a more thorough investigation shortly.
And, as expected, he wishes to petition the aid of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
As expected.
The Alliance's decision to capture a part of Baelsar's wall is open to interpretation.
It's fine.
The wall serves to demarcate Imperial territory, Alamigo included, from the rest of Eorzea. To an observer, the Alliance's actions could be seen as a prelude to invasion.
Indeed. And the Alliance leaders have no wish to be branded invaders.
You're saying they won't fight for Alamigo? Even after everything that's happened?
Not without the consent of her people, no. Make no mistake, Lys. The Alliance is in complete agreement that the Empire must be purged from Eorzea. However, they will not set foot in Gyr Abania until they have formally secured the consent and cooperation of the Alamigan opposition.
They would have us act as intermediaries.
Precisely. The Scions are uniquely qualified to serve in this capacity. That is to say, Lys's, given her personal connection to the Resistance. Who better than you to broker an agreement between the Alliance and the people of Alamigo? Assuming you are willing, of course.
Of course I am. You know I'd like nothing more.
As for who should accompany you on said diplomatic mission, I had a mind to volunteer myself.
Well, that covers the talking part. But you just know there'll be trouble along the way.
Why are you staring at me? Stop staring at me. Alright, you know. If you have to ask. As if you have to ask. God, I want to dot her. I want to ellipse her, but it's fine.
Thanks. It means a lot knowing you'll be there.
I too shall accompany you. Such endeavors are seldom hampered by a surfeit of healers.
Good point. Allow me to offer my services as well. I have spent quite enough time here of late, so I'll be coming. But we will need someone to keep an eye on things. I trust you have no objections?
None, my lady. Gladly shall I continue to serve as caretaker of the Waking Sands, and there keep watch for signs of primal and Ascian activity both.
As capable as my learned friend undoubtedly is, there are some troubles that may prove too much for a single scion, on account of which I mean to stay.
Settled then. Let us each see to our preparations.
Well, that's the thing for later. Right now, it's to do the thing. Alright. So it finally happened. Don't tell anyone, but I'm feeling a little bit nervous. Oh, only a bit, mind. I'll be fine once we get going. Hopefully. You remember Manago, don't you? The messenger who brought word from the Griffin's attack on the Baelsar's wall? She left not long ago, having made a full recovery. If you see her in Gyr Abania, be sure to send my love. Wait, I thought you guys left. What the? Why are you guys still here? Even Tataru has her limits, and so I have taken it upon myself to assist her in managing communications with various organizations and our members in the field. Raul and the others are counting on us for our support. After all, you are ready, Shadow Walker. There can be no turning back once we depart. Almost. There is but one thing that remains undone. Ugh. Nephilia would have given anything for a chance to liberate our homeland. Were she still with us, I know she'll be the one leading the way. And in our absence, Urianger and Thancred will handle their administrative affairs. Continue to coordinate your operations with Aliana and the others, and report to them directly should you receive word of primal activity. Aye, Captain.
Aye, Captain. He can count on us.
There's no going back once we cross this bridge, and the gods only know what awaits us on the other side. Ori?
Spirits. Cool, Annette. Spirits. Even if we are up more than pit players in their tale, we must do our utmost to support the senior scions and Gudrak most of all. Papalimo's absence will be keenly felt for some time. Would that we had the strength to aid others in his stead. Well said, Hori. Every man to his purpose, and we must no doubt ourselves. Even as a bit player, they show such passion, such fervor. Oh, what I wouldn't give to be a bit player to, or better yet, play with their... Lady, I'm gonna slap you. Or throw water on you. Sister, please. You never know who might be listening, and more importantly, we have our own mission to attend to. And if you're too busy thinking about thoughts, you're liable to get us both killed. Contain that girl. See if they changed the dialogues here. What will become of our homeland? I know not what to think of this endeavor. Were I 10 years younger, nay 5, I would not hesitate to join Lady Yugiri and Lord Kosetsu in their fight for freedom.
I feel like they should have reversed that. Anyways, you know what to do. Not Tales of Love. It's not bad, but this is the worst trailer out of like amazing ones. This is the least amazing. Still amazing though. Only expansion to have 2 different main jobs. That's why I still believe that it was 2 expansions smushed together. Smushy wishy. There's Lise. People thought she'd be a dancer. And didn't know that it was Lise. Also, her boobs are bigger in this cutscene. There's us. I still think this is the best monk outfit. Ralgar's Reach. Now we go to Kugane. Oh, first the underwater city. I forgot its name. Oh, the Ruby Palace, I believe. That's the dungeon, I think. I don't remember. Here we are in Japan. Hey, yours, FF7, FF14 Japan. Cut the bullets. Cut everything. Well, that's it for today, or for now. Little under 2 hours, but I wasn't gonna stream long today, so. If you're watching the VOD, thank you for watching the VOD. I will be starting Stormblood later today, most likely, if not tomorrow, Sunday. Either later today or Sunday. I will be streaming later today. I'll probably do more maybe do more. I want to finish the level 60 job quest before I get it into Stormblood prop. But if you're watching the VOD, thank you for watching the VOD. Thank you for watching the VOD. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe, and if you can, please watch the VOD live. Or watch the live stream, which I do every day between 8 to 11. I start between 8 to 11 and go for 2 to 4 hours, sometimes 5. Thank you for watching. Have a nice morning, day, evening, and whatever time you are at the moment. Thank you, and good life. Goodbye.